Greetings, rockers and metalheads! My name is Warbird, and welcome to Electric Communication. Today, we'll be doing our first tier list video of well, you can see it here already, but we're doing, if you can't read, we're doing a AC/DC album tier list. We're doing specifically the Australian releases and not the international ones. So, also, I'm probably going to speed this up a little because I accidentally recorded a video of this without my microphone on. Um, yeah, hopefully everything goes out well today. Well, tonight it's because it's pretty late. But other than that, this is a actually I don't really have too much to say. If you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe and everything, and we'll just get started here with the first album here. AC/DC High Voltage from 1975. Either A or B. I'm going to put an A, though. What's interesting about this album is that it's fairly unique compared to anything else in the AC/DC catalog, because most of the songs that you would see on here are basically like you probably most of the songs on here probably none of you have listened to, besides like one or two tracks from the international version of this album, which which is a couple one cover song on here, which is actually the opener of the album, which is "Baby Please Don't Go." It's it's a pretty cool rocking tune. It's not too bad. One of my unironically, one of my favorites on here is probably "Love Song," because you'd never hear a ballad, like a full-on beautiful ballad, from a AC/DC album. It's usually the hard rocking stuff, but that one's probably my favorite off of this album, unironically. Other than that, what else? "Stick Around" is pretty good. "Soul Stripper" is pretty nice. "She's Got Balls." It's not a bad album, but definitely stronger ones throughout the list. Speaking of which, this one is infinitely stronger, which is TNT, also from 1975. This one's pretty good, because this one is mostly the same track listing from the international version of High Voltage. So, also with a title track on there as well. "Long Way to the Top," pretty great song. "Rock and Roll Singer," "The Jack," "Wire," the title track. I basically grew up with that one. TNT. That was just awesome. So, what else? What else? The title track to High Voltage is pretty good. Probably my least favorite is the last track on here, which is "School Days," which is a cover of Chuck Berry. It's alright. I mean, probably one of the more weaker tracks off of the AC/DC catalog, but I've heard worse songs in the past before. Other than that, though, I think this album is pretty good. So, speaking of which, we're gonna go to the next one, which I think I would say is just a teeny tiny bit stronger than TNT, which is "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap," another song I grew up with for quite a long time, which is first track on here. "Dirty Deeds," great song. "Wayne Round to Be a Millionaire" is pretty great. "Gonna Be Some Rockin' Problem Child." "Jailbreak" is on this original release here. There's some pretty good stuff on here. Probably an underrated track on here is a song called "R.I.P." or "Rock in Peace." Pretty funny name, but it's actually a pretty pretty cool song because it's pretty heavy for a AC/DC song. It almost sounds like metal for what it is. It's pretty damn good. But other than that, great album. I don't have too much to say. It only gets better though with these more of these later releases. Like this one. I oh my gosh, I love this album. My only problem with this album is that the international version. Oh yeah, if I haven't said "Prom Child" on here, which is a great song, that's my problem with this album because the international version has "Prom Child" when it should have just been one of the original releases. Like, wow, that sucks. Other than that, though, dude, top to bottom of this album are just amazing, dude. Like, wow. Go Down, Dog Eat Dog, the title track, Bad Boy Boogie, Overdose, Crap City in Blue, which is the original, one of the original songs on here. That's not only international. It's all right, I can dig to it. I like the bluesy nature of it. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be, Whole Lot of Rosie. God, I love this album. It is so good. like this one was my favorite for quite a while of how good it was, but there's one more album that I personally prefer over it. Also, I forgot to mention the rankings here, or the tiers, which is S tier, which is the best, and there's only going to be one album here. A tier is pretty good. B tier is, pretty great, pretty good, very good. It's okay, and fairly mediocre. So, not with this next album though. This is far from mediocre. Hell, I think this album is underrated, in the whole AC/DC catalog. Like I wish people would start talking about this album more. Like, wow, this is so good. Rock and Roll Damnation, Riff Raff, Sin City, What's Next to the Moon, Kicked in the Teeth. Dude, there's some good stuff on here, man. Like, I prefer this over anything, most of the other albums on here. But it only could be one, though, and I even have a vinyl copy of this album. Hold on. There it is. All in its glory, Highway to Hell, and I put that sucker in A tier. It is so dang good, man. Like, wow. There's, God, top to bottom of this album, like, even the, like, lesser known tracks on here, I'd still love this album all the way through. Well, maybe besides the first track, which is Highway to Hell. Great song. Don't need to hear it again. Overplayed to death. Girls Got Rhythm. Awesome. Walk All Over You. Touch Too Much. Amazing. Beating Around the Bush. Underrated. Shot Down in Flames. Get It Hot. One of the weaker tracks, but so cool. If You Want Blood, You Got It. Banger. Love Hungry Men. Night Prowler. Night Prowler, my favorite AC/DC song. Wow, this is such a good album. I have no words. This has been my favorite for quite a while. Like, I already said that this one was a favorite for a little bit, but dude, this album all the way through has always been my favorite. It's just great. Like, I don't have much to say. Man, I've been talking forever, but so that was all the Bon Scott stuff, and now we're going on to the Brian Johnson stuff, which is probably going to be a bit controversial with a lot of these. Until I get to these, because I haven't listened to them all the way through. But we'll start off strong with the first album, which is Back in Black. Well, the 7th album in the album discography. But I I won't deny its impact and legendary status throughout the whole hard rock world, universally, but I I just never was crazy about this one compared to the albums that came before it. Like even these like Waker ones here, like TNT and High Voltage. I would probably put this somewhere around here, like somewhere in A tier, but I don't know. I'll stick in high B for now. But going through the each track on here, there's some stuff I just don't really need to hear again, but specifically two songs. But Hell's Bells, pretty great. Shoot the Thrill, pretty great. What You Do for Money, Honey. Give It a Dog a Bone. That was alright. I can dig to it. Let Me Put My Love Into You. Probably my favorite Brian Johnson song, if I'm going to be honest. Back in Black. Banger song. Don't need to hear it again. You Shook Me All Night Wrong. It's fine, I guess. Just way too corny. Probably a lot more corny than something like Love Song. Have a Drink on Me is pretty good. Pretty great, actually. That one's always a banger. Shake a Leg's pretty good. And Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Yeah, no, it ain't. And you know what? That's a pretty good song, too. Just overall, I love this. I do love this album, just not as much as the Bon Scott stuff. Just letting you all know I'm a Bon Scott freak. Don't put that out of context. Next one here, I forgot most of the tracks on here. I'm gonna be honest here, besides like a couple here. But these I'm gonna put these side to side actually. For those about to rock, We Salute You, and Flick of the Switch. I think these are pretty great albums because they still have the classic lineup from Back in Black, and I think track to track, it's pretty much a solid AC/DC albums. With these two. This one's obviously stronger because, the title track. Why would you not listen to it? Then I think whenever they went through this album, I think they just now like realize, oh, we found the formula that people will consume and and love us, right? Because this is the part of AC/DC that they realize, oh, three chords, Brian Johnson on vocals, and that was it. It was a bit different with this album though, because Fly on the Wall is strange. Like it's not bad, but it's some of the songs on there is just, some of it's either pretty forgettable and then just like there's some cool songs on there though, like Sink the Pink's okay, Danger's pretty cool, But other than that, just not really crazy about it. Same with this one, really. I will probably say this one's a bit stronger though, because a bit of more stronger tracks on here. And this is probably going to be the highlight of the video, where I put this in C tier. Other than a couple cool tracks on here, Are You Ready? Money Talks is pretty cool. The title track. Most of it I don't really care about. Oh, but what about Thunderstruck? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really crazy about Thunderstruck. I don't really need to hear it ever again. Like, yeah, cool. It has a cool opening. Don't need to hear it again for the 5 gazillionth time. Well, it's not terrible, just like with these other ones, and it's definitely stronger than these two. But like, I don't know. I just never was crazy about it, compared to these, and even these, And the rest here I never was crazy about, but I'll get like a general. I've heard this one was alright. These two are alright. This one's pretty cool. I like the title track for this one. Other than a couple tracks here and there, Most of these are alright. Other than that, that's it. That's probably my ranking. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's my ACD album tier list. If you like this, if you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to Electric Communication channel. Just let me know if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, or even just like simple album reviews or anything like that. You know, much support would be great, very much appreciated. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say, but I don't know what the next band will be, but I'll probably think of something. But other than that, that's it. I mean, see you guys in the next video, and yeah, take care and rock on.